So you want to kick off a public relations campaign. Today you're going to learn how to tell your public relations agency what you really want, how to create the ideal public relations brief for your prospective agency. Hear this till the end and you'll save a lot of time, money and heartburn between you and anyone helping you doing public relations. This video will help you increase your communication results multiple times. Even if your public relations are handled internally or with a marketing team within your organization. It's like this, only if you describe your pain well can your doctor heal you. A lot of challenges happen when there is a gap between the client and the agency, with the client kind of wanting it all. So here is how to create the perfect brief, or in layman's terms, the perfect information kit for your public relations team or internal communications team. I'm Karnveer Mundre and I'm the Chief Ideation Officer at Atharva Marcom. And if you have not subscribed, click on the button right there. Do it now. We talk all about marketing, communications and public relations. A good public relations brief from a customer or a client to the agency should have a few sections, preferably in this order. Objectives and goals of the public relations campaign. Be as specific as possible, like the target audience, the goals, even the tone of the campaign, if that is what you prefer. Imagine that you're going to a doctor. You walk into the clinic and tell the doctor, just make me feel wonderful. That's a bit difficult. That's usually how a lot of clients talk to public relations agencies. Just make me famous. Well, that's a bit difficult as well. So if your document and if your requirement is as specific as possible, the public relations agency can create the right strategy for you. What are you trying to achieve? In how much time? What are your strengths and weaknesses? It is also very important to be as specific as possible around the differentiation of your product. Differentiation, according to the dictionary, when I googled it, is defined as how one or two people or products are different from each other. When differentiating your product, use the acronym DARE as a guideline. That's DARE. D is for distinct, A is for authentic, R is for relevant, and E is for how it will engage. Also, when differentiating your brand or product or your company, it's important to understand or to make sure how your claims, your differentiation claims, can be substantiated. With clarity, a good public relations agency should find the sweet spot between these three Venn diagrams or these three circles. What the organization is trying to promote, what the audience is looking for, and what is the hot news or trends at the moment. And if you or your public relations agency can find the sweet spot where these three intersect, you've struck gold in your public relations campaign. Go a bit deeper. There's specifically three kinds of campaigns that we generally do at Atharva Marcom. Campaigns for customers or sales. This could be to inform, to sell, or even to improve a reputation, sometimes, and that's called reputation management. In subsequent videos, I will go deeper into how do you do reputation management. So go subscribe below if you want to hear about that and not miss a single video. The second one is about improving human resources. This is about, how do you retain the right type of employees and how do you attract the right type of employees to your company. So in this kind of a process, we try to bring out the right aspects of the company which make it an interesting or a good place to work. So it's all about attracting great employees with external relations or retaining your great employees with internal relationships. So it's both about external relations as well as internal communication. The third is raising funds. This could be, if you're going IPO or if you are looking to raise funds or attract venture capitalists or grow grow the funding in your company. So the kind of communication that impacts or that is needed over here is again different from, a typical sales or even, the hiring. So we focus on the words that people in finance would like to hear. So objectives and strategies in each of the three are different, including the tone and the language. One more tip is to include the existing key messages to your public relations agency or to your communications team so that they can get inspiration from that and understand what they need to work on and what kind of a theme that they need to works right for them. So internally, the organization may have already had some problems or issues with the public, with the media, or with certain bloggers. So this needs to be communicated well to the public relations agency or the communication team, so that these mistakes aren't done or don't happen again. So getting a sense of what challenges had to be overcome before will help the public relations team understand what they might encounter and pre-prepare themselves for those activities or those problems. And don't forget to explain or tell the public relations team what you have planned with other teams. For instance, could be an event or could be with event organizers. So tell them what you have planned. There was a time when I was working with an agent, with a client, and they were in the luxury segment, and they had all kinds of events planned, and a lot of times we'd not even know about them, or we'd get to know about them literally 2 days before, or when the greeting cards went out. So that creates a lot of problem in intense, you have to really work intensely to get the word out, and otherwise you can build up to that. So that is what is a lot better than, so inform the public relations agencies what your activities are with the other agencies. But don't tell your public relations agencies too much, because they may have some ideas or thoughts that they can share with you, or they will come up. And if you give them too concretized a brief, they may not be able to be as creative as they want to. Number 4, measurement matrix. How do you measure success? For peace and tranquility between you and your agency or your communications team, it is essential that you define the metrics of measurement right from the start, rather than later have an argument whether the campaign was successful or not. What does success look to you as a client? How will you measure this? Be realistic in your measurement and ask for actual KPIs and measurement indexes from your communications team or your public relations agency on how they will measure success. Success should be SMART. SMART. Specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and time bound. So number 5, internal comms or internal communication. Is your company ready for a power-packed media campaign, or does it need internal readiness from the PR agency? We often do internal training for companies to get them get ready for a power-packed media campaign. Running a media campaign or a PR campaign is actually like taking a person, putting on an expensive suit on him and turning on the spotlight. But he needs to have the stamina to handle the heat and light. So get your public relations agency to train you. Number 6, and the most important, define the budget. Give an indication of what you are willing to spend, or you may get proposals that you cannot afford or are underutilized potential of the agency. Typical good corporate budgets are between, they can be anything but between 2 and 4 lakhs per month. But there are options in every budget. Let me put it this way. If you are unclear about your budget, your PR agency can't strategize very well. An Alto and a Rolls-Royce are both great cars, but if an Alto customer is taken to a Rolls-Royce showroom, or a Rolls-Royce customer is taken to an Alto showroom, they will both be unhappy and they won't get what they need. And neither will the company or the company be able to, the car company be able to give them what they need. So if you define your need and your budget clearly, your public relations agency or your communications team can actually help you get the right bang for your buck. If you aren't willing to give an exact amount, at least give a ballpark. That way your PR agency will be able to create some kind of a approximate idea or approximate strategy for you based on the budget that you are happy with. And those are the pointers to create a happy married life between you and your PR agency. If you liked what you heard, do share it with your friends. They will thank you for it, especially those who are looking to take on or hire a PR agency. And don't forget to subscribe or click the bell icon so that you don't miss another episode. So until next time, keep marketing.